Morning, children. I hope you are having a very good time learning the sessions and enjoying these presentations given by your teachers. Right. Today, before we go into our new session on complex permanent tissues, let's have a recap. Now, the slide showing here is the division of plant tissues as meristematic and permanent. The meristematic tissues are the ones which are dividing, and those who have lost the power of division are classified as permanent tissues, which are further made up of two kinds, the simple as well as complex. So, till the last session, we have learnt about the various kinds of simple permanent tissues as parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. In today's session, we are going to have a brief session on complex permanent tissues, which are further classified as xylem and phloem. And each of these are made up of four major components. Right. The next slide before you is the position of the meristematic tissues, children. If you remember, we have learned the position of meristematic tissues is according to the location. The one which is present at the apex of stem and root were called as apical meristem, which were present at the nodal region were called as intercalary, and the one which was placed at the girth, the base of the stem, is called as lateral meristem. Now the next slide shows you about the simple permanent tissue now. If you recall, children, the simple permanent tissues were parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Now the cellular thickenings make them to be divided as the three kinds, and as the picture shows here, children, you can have the cellular thickenings easily noticed that these have thin wall when they are parenchyma, and the thickenings at regular or irregular way were called as collenchyma, whereas when it comes to the sclerenchyma, we learned that these have highly lignified walls. The components were a little different in parenchyma, they were cellulose, whereas when it comes to the collenchyma, they were pectin as well as the cellulose. But when it comes to the sclerenchyma, the depositions were hemicellulose, cellulose as well as lignin. So this deposition, which was hugely over the walls of sclerenchyma, makes it to be highly lignified. Now the next slide shows you about the kinds of parenchyma. We know that the parenchymas were storage tissues known as storage parenchyma. The one which were trapping air were called as aerenchyma, which were meant for the water plants to have their buoyancy. And the third kind was chlorenchyma, which is able to trap sunlight during the process of photosynthesis. The next slide shows you about the collenchyma. And if you see the kinds of thickenings here, children, here you will understand that the thickenings are not always at the same. Sometimes you find the thickenings are at corners, but sometimes you find the thickenings are completely regular, and as a result, children, they are located in the places which are most exposed to the external environment. Since they are glued cells, that means they form a regular row of cells which allows both the flexibility and support. So the thickenings differs in different parts of the plant body. The next slide shows you the sclerenchyma. Now in the sclerenchyma, you find that the sclerenchyma are of two kinds, the sclerids and the fibers. The fibers were longitudinal, tapering at both the ends, whereas the sclerid had irregular shapes. But the conditions of the cells here, if you see it very carefully, there is hardly any intercellular space left, children. The intracellular space. It's within the cell. You find the thickenings are so huge that there is hardly any space in between the cell left. Within the cell it is left, and the cells behave as a dead tissues consequently. Okay, now let's have a quick session of complex permanent tissue. I hope you will be able to follow me. Thank you.